So, having a look around the map, we'll see who we've got in. We've got new players, James over in Pictonia, we've got Grey Death in Arvernia, and we have Degeneracy over in Menapia. Degeneracy was playing as somebody else. I believe he may have been... Who was he again? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Grey Death, however, was Pergamon, and he's moved over. As I said before, I've changed some of the sieges over here for Vespasian after the Taurinia player got banned. Turdetania, at some point somebody jumped in as them and conquered a whole lot of territory, and that wasn't allowed, so I removed the territory but forgot to remove the aggressive expansion. So between sessions as well, I just removed 30 aggressive expansion from him, and now he's at about 5 or so. I'll try to see if I can point out things that happen that you haven't noticed yet. No guarantees. That would be incredibly welcome. Thank you. I will take that. I'm going to try and... Obviously, if there's player wars, I'll focus on those. But I want to look around India and Persia a bit more, or like this kind of Persia a bit more, because I didn't do so much of that in the last session, and maybe I should have. Spadix is coming in. This is the last player we're waiting on. He's going to be subbing in for Jake in Media, and then next session I think he's going to be going over to Britain. Jake, thank you very much for the diamond. Reeling up and my nation doesn't implode. Well, your sub is just arriving, so it should be okay. One would hope. But yeah, we are just about ready to get going. He's not too terribly slow. We'll accept it. Oh, someone else coming in. Zest. I don't know who Zest is. Well, another player, I mean, fine. I'm okay with it. He hasn't got a nation yet, so he must be a new player, which is fine. I'm okay with new players. Germany is all open, so he can probably jump in there. Let's see if he's in one of the chats. Where are you? You're not in any of the voice chats, which is incredibly annoying, because then I can't talk to you. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, so as soon as you get in and you choose your nation, I guess we'll get ready to go. Lots and lots of players in, and we're just hoping that the game doesn't like implode, as we have seen a few times before, unfortunately. But I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Let's see, is there anyone else that I'm waiting on? Any messages that I've gotten in the meantime? I believe that's it. I don't think there's anyone else. Alright then. 100%. Who are you going to be playing as? We'll find out in just a moment, and then we are ready to start. I think everyone else is readied up, apart from Vespasian. Damn it, Vespasian. Hey, Vespasian, can you ready up, please?
Oh shit, sorry, yeah.
You twat.
Also, Lambert.
What's up?
Did you, are we doing that new rule?
Which one are you specifically
The one
talking about?
I spoke to you about, buffing republics for the...
Oh, yeah, Republic killed an
Relations.
extra dude. Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
I think I already put that in the rules.
Okay,
Hey,
I can check, so thanks.
No worries.
Lambert Diamond.
Yep, we're just waiting for Zest to choose a country.
Okay.
Zesty.
I actually can't see him in any of the voice chats either, which is irritating.
I'm here.
Are you Zest?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Anything in Gaul, Iberia, Germany. Germany would be a pretty good place. I would also recommend something like Paesuria in Iberia. Could be a good idea.
What about Gizia?
Getia.
Oh yeah.
That's my boy. Make the Thracians proud people again.
I'll be right.
I literally am born, you know, and there, so.
You know
Good
what?
luck if you
Fuck
do,
it. Go on then.
because of the rest.
I don't mind. Go for it.
Fair play.
You can't attack Theo for like 10 years though.
Who?
Thrice.
It's a player.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is why I'm
Where's
saying don't.
Katia? Katia needs ready up.
Yep.
Yeah, but just ready up and then we're ready to go.
Should we go back to Italy or should we stay here?
Has everyone left Italy? Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
back to
everyone
Italy.
left
Yeah,
Italy, of
everyone
course.
left Italy.
All right, let us begin. I'm going to turn it on speed 1, unpause immediately because apparently that is a little bit more stable. Hey, Christian Laurent, how are you doing, man? Right, so the game is running. We've passed the first of our monthly ticks and everything is going swell. So there is a white piece offer to Macedon. I believe he has taken it. Perfect. So that was a very kind thing that he's just done, and Cheese is left already. That's fantastic. Welp. Alright, so let's switch over to Etruria. He's got the war against Taurinia still left to fight. Shouldn't be too difficult for him, as he's already gotten a bunch of the forts. He does have to fight their army, though. And this is an AI now. We have Ilurcovonia. He has sold a single city to Tithia, and I allowed that even though it breaks the rules because Ilurcovonia had crashed in the last session while he and Tithia were in a war together, and the AI took land that they were going to give to Tithia. So I'm totally cool with that, that's fine. Let us once more delete all of these things because I don't want to see them, I just want to see people's countries. Right, there is a player war that we need to look at. It is Egypt versus Syria. Egypt and Cyrenaica versus Syria. And who else is involved in that war? Antigonid Empire and Pergamon. Pergamon's not really going to do anything, though. Switching over to the Syrian side, he's got about 30,000 troops. Antigonids here have got 16,000. The navies are relatively even, I've got to say. 93 plus 33, and we've got around about 90,000, 90 ships from the this side. So I'll have to wait and see what happens here. I mean, they could potentially, they don't have heavy ships, so maybe not potentially. They won't be able to get those ships out of there. Level 9, we got level 12 and level 7. Cheese has entered the game. Hey, alright, Cheese, you can talk now. Would you prefer a pause or a level speed
Pause.
1? Pause? Okay.
I'm currently at war,
Okay.
and I hope that my AI hasn't peaced out.
I will go and have a look at that right now. Your AI is still at war.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've got this navy here probably wanting to fight there. That's fine. We've got Syrians just ravaging the southern Syrian... Sorry, we've got Egyptians ravaging southern Syria, and they've got a lot of troops here. That's 56,000, something like that. That's kind of insurmountable for just Syria alone. Antigonid would have to come over and help with that if they're going to push that back. Any other player wars that I should be aware of? No. Media is fighting a bunch of those guys. Athens is doing things he shouldn't be by sending trade offers while we're getting a hot join. That's rude. Alright, Cheese, when you get in... Somebody just on pause, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in? Okay. Don't click anything until the next monthly tick.
Yeah.
Right, and hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, we've gone 3 days without you crashing, so I think we should be
It was
good.
on right the first click I made crash.
Oh, nice. And you're out of sync.
And the
Oh no.
why did it crash? My
Yeah,
first crash since 1.0.
damn. Well, we'll do a speed 1 thing for you as well. Sometimes that is a bit more stable, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't understand how or why, but it can be. Alright.
That was sucks so much.
Looking from the Syrian perspective, I just saw some Babylonian troops on the border with Syria, which is scary for him, of course. We want to watch these ships here. That is going to be interesting what he does with his army. He obviously cannot fight here. What is he going to do? Is he going to start raiding Cyrenaica, maybe land behind the lines, siege their capital, that kind of thing? Draw the Syrians and Egyptians away from his homeland to take care of their own homeland? Egypt is very, very strong, but with the Nile and all these little deltas going all over the place, they are very much vulnerable, although it looks like he has forted the absolute shit out of his country. So he might be okay. Almost every city has a fort. Every crossing almost has a fort. So that is a very well... That's Fortress Egypt, let's say. I'm sorry, man.
Am I at least protected?
You are protected.
Okay.
Sorry about that, my dude.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that's unfortunate. Very much so. Right. And he's on the boats. I'm going to keep an eye on this, because this is the only player war we've got right now. And this is the sneaky plan. He's either going to try and undock these boats, which he is going in that direction. Sieging Salamis, I mean, that's 20,000 with a weaker general. 28,000 actually is pretty decent. Those boats are thought about trying to stop him, but then decided against it. He is going to get to Salamis in time. His level 14 is really quite decent. If he can win back Cyprus, that would be very, very valuable. Cyprus is the war goal as well, let's bear in mind. And it looks like he's immediately trying to run away. I don't know why he's trying to run away. Personally, I think he should probably stay here and try and fight this army. Or he might not be trying to run away. They're moving to... they're going to try and fight the army, of course. I would still try and siege the country, though. Or siege at least a city. The port, specifically. There's going to be a naval battle. You might want to get your pirates in to help out. Egypt has chosen the right tactic. You better change your tactic. Oh, I think that's what the pause was. Right, so, frontal assault. You better have changed this. Oh, you're also on... Close ranks, you beautiful bastard. Depth of generals strikes again. This is going to be a victory for the defenders. And eventually we will see it happen. The morale's going to come up. 127 versus 89 ships. Naval dominance will be on the side of the Syrians here. As long as they don't run... I mean, they could just run away and lose very little. The Egyptians stuck with it for a little bit. They lost 13 ships. The Syrian side lost 10 ships, so it wasn't as decisive as one might have thought. But they have shown that their ships are indeed superior. So there is that, at least, going for them. Right, we need to keep an eye out. Egypt, Cyrenaica, that's all fine. Media is at war with Parthenopel, and I assume this is just a single roving army managing to get around there. Hey, thank you for the lemons, Cheese and Dude Dirk. Much appreciate, guys. Alright, if we swap to Media for a moment. I mean, they've got a fort. I don't see any forts here, and sometimes it takes a while to switch over. 5,000, whereas you've got, 24,000 sieging a fort. I guess you just don't really care so much about this territory being sieged. No forts there at all, after all. Hey, Tenjison, thank you very much for the lemon. So yeah, I think he's doing okay. Persis, I don't believe, is at war. Let's have a quick flick to him. Oh, he is at war. He's at war with Sagarsha, Parthia. Is there some kind of alliance with you and Parthia by any chance? No, they are just fighting the same people at the same time. Interesting. Boja is at war with Atava, and he is also allied with Maurya. I believe their plan was to go to war with all of the, all of these guys were in a defensive league together, I believe. Not so much. He just has 2 wars going on at the same time. Maurya versus Kalinga, and then Alupa versus Kuntala. Alright, so neither of them are his wars. He might not get anything out of it, but he also might. But I think switching back to Syria is a good idea. You're sitting in the hills, good idea. But I wouldn't move your army away, honestly. An extra 24,000 troops coming in. Yes, Cyrenaica, you have, I believe, realized that your time may be drawing to a close. Your level 9 is not good enough. The level 12 there is enough to take away your hill advantage, and the battle is going to start. I would not go in with only 10,000 first. This army is going to get destroyed. But you do see his tactic now, so as long as you don't change tactic to something weak, then we should all be good and the Cyrenaicans will lose. There we go, change tactic to something good. Cyrenaicans are still doing a lot of damage to them, but they're going to lose the fight, and then when they run, no matter where they run to, they will be attacked again. And that 20,000 strong army will be no more. Plus, it looks like, probably, Syria and Antigonids, I'd say they'd probably be wanting to get a white piece out of this. This is very damaging, and the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get. But if the Antigonids take away all of the Cyrenaican occupations in Cyprus, they can just white peace. You're not controlling the war goal. You're not doing anything, and there is the occupations, and a level 9 Cyrenaican character has been imprisoned. Good night, sweet prince. Now, take away the occupations, and then perhaps you can work on getting rid of this. Looking from the Syrian perspective, we're at -20 war score. As long as that doesn't get to -50, then you're going to be fine. But yeah, taking away the war goal is going to be essential. Right, Etruria doing very well against Taurinia. That shouldn't last very long. I believe he also pieced out the Venetians, which was kind of him, of course. But expect Etruria to grow massively in this. Arvernia is currently fighting against Tectosagia, and Pictonia, I believe, did actually expand. I don't remember him having this far north. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure. Tithia at war with Cilicia. Actually, don't know who Cilicia is. Is that you? No. No idea. And then we've got Turdetania fighting against the Barduli. But again, this is the one to watch here, I think. Egypt is going to grow fat off of this, from slavery, from money if he's got his ruler involved. We can have a quick scan of that. Basilius of Egypt. He is currently not leading a force, so yeah, no extra ducats from that. But it does look like the Egyptians are retreating somewhat. That is very interesting indeed. This was Cyrenaica's war, so could be we see Egypt white peace, and then Cyrenaica get wrecked by the Antigonids. I'm sure Antigonids would love to take Crete. That would be their crowning jewel, I assume. Macedon going to war with Epirus. We have Adrisia fighting Thrace. New player in Getia, allied with both Thrace and Macedon. Istros and Ratacancia. That is fine. Only 2 of those are players. That's perfectly acceptable. So, shipbuilding for Egypt. He wants to be master of the seas. He's currently not. So maybe he needs to be. Antigonids are floating their boats over to Cyrenaica, as are Syria. This looks like a big, juicy, fat city ready to be raided. Although, again, you need to use your ruler to do these raids. Otherwise, you're just not going to get the big benefit of a big, fat stack of cash. Pontus, how are you doing? No allies. That is rough. Expect to see Pontus die to Thrace or Iberia. Speaking of Thrace, how is your situation doing right now? We did see you take an awful lot of territory. Flowfire's left the game, that's unfortunate. At war with Ionia, Epirus, Boeotia, Halicarnassus, Odryssia, Rhodes, and Thessaly. Massive amount of war. But is your country going to fall apart? Lots and lots and lots. Everything apart from your capital is disloyal. Surely that should be an explosion. That makes no sense that this is not an explosion. This is 187 pops. Over 100% of that is disloyal. Only need two provinces to actually go over that amount. And I mean, this is 1% your culture, 7% your culture, 6% your culture. Surely that is more than 15.3% of your population. I mean, seriously now. There's only 2 provinces that are really your culture that are in the disloyal camp. But if you add all these numbers together, it comes up to more than 15% of this. Surely. Alright, we will put it on speed 1 and accept Flowfire coming back in. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't crash when he comes in. He is playing as Persis, so that shouldn't be too bad. The law is messaging me asking about his country. Who is... Oh, right here. I don't know if this was a new country for you or not, but that's really not in a good shape. He's asking to switch, but there is literally no ability to switch. Zest is also left. That's unfortunate. That was Getia. Screw it. We're just going to switch back over to the... Ooh, hello. Big fleet battle here. Something happening. Flowfire out of sync again. That's unfortunate. Right. Flowfire, you better take a while now, I hope. Because you need to... reload your game. Chronologic's lagging behind. Hopefully that's not another crash. I think it might be though. Culture group is fine, yeah, I suppose, but at the same time, it shouldn't be. If every single one of your provinces, bar one, your capital, which can't lose any loyalty, is disloyal, you should have a rebellion. That's just my personal opinion. That's what I think the game should be. People trying to talk to me while I am streaming is really rather irritating, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. Chronologic, can you hurry up and leave? Or crash, or do something. Ooh, the Egyptians have felt like they want to retreat from this. I suppose they are saving their 22,000, but that is leaving Cyrenaica high and dry. If they don't retreat, they're going to lose this fleet. And he has retreated. 1 ship lost. Not too terrible. Hey, I'm going to leave the stream. Just a quick note that people desyncs because people click stuff during hot join. Yeah, I know. If I had an in-game chat, I would totally do something about it. Or if there was it'd be nice if there was a mod to change it so that, desyncs actually paused. Either pause and tell people not to click during pauses or something. Now they don't know. They do know because I've told people, but at the same time, I can't police it. There's literally no way for me to police it. People are gonna do it. Alright. I'm gonna pause to allow Flowfire to get in. Chronologic is, I believe he's probably crashed, but the game doesn't know it. Hey, Chronologic, have you crashed?
Well, the game's not responding, and it's minimized in a corner of my screen, so I think so.
Yeah, could you, use Taskmaster to close it, and then try and hot train in?
There we go, it died. All these people crashing is causing me to crash.
Yeah, that seems to be the way of it. Alright, I'll put you back in Iberia. Yeah, I really do wish there was just some way of getting the EU4 system, where we just get a box, nobody is even able to click or do anything, and we just wait for the person to come in. it worked fine, and I know it's a fancy system where the game can keep running while somebody comes in. It sounds awesome, but it just leads to nothing happening. Nothing good, at least. So I hope we do get something else.